What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 41 of the Road to Glory with FC United of Manchester. Things are on the up, I think. Things are on the up, finally. So if you watched the previous episode, you'll know that we got a well-won 1-1 draw. Unfortunately for me, my save file corrupted. My graphics card failed on me. Kicked me off whilst I was saving, having recorded. Fortunately for me, the episode had finished rendering, but as a result, I lost the save file. But because I'm on a week-long rolling save, I was able to recover it from the. I think it was just after the Gillingham game I'd saved. So I got the backup, and then I just replayed the Peterborough game until I got a draw, so it ended up being a 2-2 draw. I think people have always had problems with saves on FM. If you haven't, then you've got very lucky, but just a quick explanation, I guess, of why that isn't a 1-1. Following on from the Peterborough result yesterday, last episode, whenever it is that I decide to space the episodes out, we got a 2-1 home defeat to Preston North End, and they were 23rd in the league, and I was sat there with my head in my hands, thinking, oh God, what am I going to do? Because it's just another case of things not going our way. They scored in extra time, and so did we. But I mean, looking at the stats, we ripped them a new butthole, and we still couldn't win. It's happening well too often that. But luckily, as you can see, things are getting better. We got a 2-0 home defeat to Gillingham, who are a mid-table side in this league. Probably didn't deserve to win this one quite as much as the Preston game. However, 2-0 did flatter them. Moving on from this, we got a 1-0 defeat at Carlisle. They scored really late on. Another game, very 50-50, but that late goal, we were tired by the end. I mean, it doesn't really show in the conditions when you compare the two teams, but we were slowing down just a bit. And it was at this point that I fiddled with tactics, and I knew that I had 3 games left until our new players came in, and it was really important after 8 or 9 games without a win that we did something about it. And we had a tough tie away to Coventry. Coventry, not the smallest team in this division by any stretch of the imagination. However, the team put in an absolutely amazing performance, and we crushed the hopes and dreams of Niall Ranger, Coventry's lone striker. So, I mean, that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. But no, we went 1-0 down in this game, actually, and it was Niall Ranger with the goal there. And it was looking bad for us. I mean, if you look at the stats bottom left, pretty 50-50, topsy-turvy game. Probably did well to steal a 3-2 win, but it's been long overdue, a bit of luck. Anyway, Reed scored for us just after half-time from a penalty. Really important goal for us. In fact, no, that was just before half-time. It was 2 minutes into added time. It was a really important goal because it made my team talk a lot easier at half-time. Anyway, moving on from that, I believe that we conceded here, if I'm correct. No, I'm not correct. I'm wrong as always. Billy Reid got on the score sheet again. This was his second goal of the game. It actually came from a counter-attack, and Billy Reid just had loads of space to run in from the right-hand side. I mean, he's been a fantastic right winger for us over the last few seasons, really starting to flourish now and pushing for an England under-21 spot, which is way, like, he deserved that so long ago because he has been amazing, Billy Reid. So we were 2-1 up, and midway through the second half, I'm thinking to myself, well, we might actually be able to win this game. And then, seemingly from nothing really, the ball being pinged around in their half, the big ball gets hoofed up, and they just find space for us. I mean, you can see how both teams were playing really direct, but I don't know, we just got caught out here. Carson with the possession, Montgomery, those two linking up well in the middle, but we got caught out at the end of the day. We committed a lot of men forward, and you can just see how they had lots of space to play into. Niall Ranger, I think he's the number 32, making the run into the box, and another header for him. As if the first goal wasn't enough of a warning. Letting him have that much space twice in one game is inexcusable. However, and I say however, fortunately for us, in the 90th minute, Glenn Stewart, the Northern Irish beast from the east, appearing from nowhere there to get the goal. I mean, he's been one of our saviours this season, to be honest. I mean, looking at his stats, aerially, he's improved so much recently, and that really shows with the amount of goals he's got from set pieces in this league. 4 goals and 4 man of the matches already this season. I mean, that's more goals than he's got in any previous season, and we've only played I think we're about halfway through the season now. We are about halfway through the season. Today's game will mark the halfway mark. But anyway, moving on from that 3-2 win, we got a hard-earned point against Luton, 1-1. Not going to look at this game in too much detail, but Barney getting on the score sheet, good for his confidence. We came back to get a point there. Luton are third in the league, so that was a really important win for us. And then in the Johnson Paint Trophy quarter-final of the Northern kind of half, we won 4-1. I'm not going to show the highlights for this because it was a very long game. But LeConte with a hat-trick, fantastic for him, fantastic for the club. He's struggled to kind of, I guess, adapt and get into the kind of flow of the first team here. He's never played at this level at football, so it was always going to be a bit of a punt bringing him to the club. He's made 21 appearances, so he's definitely been a useful player for us, but he's just not scored enough and not created enough from that position. I mean, if you consider he was on the left wing, and he has 3 assists and 1 goal. Then you look at Billy Reid on the other wing, who's played a few more games, granted, with his 8 assists and 5 goals. You can really kind of see the difference there. But anyway, of those 3 wins have really left us confidence sky high. And that combined with our 3 new signings, who I will recap very quickly for you guys, because I know that I haven't shown these guys for a few episodes, although I've been waiting for these guys to come into the team. So 3 big signings, 2 Finnish lads and a Ghanaian/English dual nationality target man. So we have Aku Peltola, the Finnish #1 goalkeeper for the national side, fantastic player. A lot of championship sides were eyeing this guy up, and we managed to just get in there and steal him from the opposition team. From other teams. He's worth 100k, came to the club on a free, and when he was in Finland he was worth a measly £5,000, so to have him here, he's on 10 times the wages he was on in Finland, but I have faith in him to make a difference. Timu Peltari was the other player coming in from Finland. This guy is Finland's vice-captain, and in fact I am tempted, and this could backfire horribly, but I'm going to do it live anyway. I'm tempted to make him the captain of the team, which might not please players, but this guy has a lot of leadership qualities. He's 22, he's the kind of player who could be here for a few years yet, and I think he'll make a good captain, so I'll probably be making him captain in a second. And then the final 3rd signing is Paul Afum, or Afum, yeah, we'll go with Afum. Paul Afum, who is the Ghanaian forward I mentioned, 6 under 20 caps, 1 goal, big target man, and this has allowed me to really change the shape of my side for what I believe to be the better. He's almost a Zeus in many respects. He certainly has a lot of kind of attributes that would remind me of a kind of a Zeus player from the Pentagon Challenge. So yeah, as I mentioned, I've changed the shape of the squad quite dramatically. We've gone from having a holding midfielder because, we used to play kind of with a holding. We originally played with kind of a player sat in the centre attack in mid, and then a lone forward. And then I changed it during our struggling spot to have an anchorman. And now we're going slightly less attacking in terms of the midfield getting up, but we're going to be running a 4-4-2 variant that I like to run, and hopefully this works for the better. I'm going to be playing with the target man and poacher setup that I used at Beijing IT, which worked really well in the Chinese 2nd division. Be interesting to see how it works here. We're going to be playing with a target man and then what I like to call the lazy poacher. I'm actually going to do a video talking about this in a little bit more detail, but this isn't a traditional poacher. There's a few sliders and stuff I change on the individual roles. So if you'd like to know about the lazy poacher, which has worked for me amazingly on the last few FMs, leave it in the comments and I'll do a video all about that. That's something I'm certainly considering doing a video on. And then we're going to just be playing with 2 wingers. Reid is going to be going back to his more traditional winger spot, whilst LeConte I'm going to be playing as an inside forward, just because he kind of has the stats that reflect a striker rather than a winger. Good dribbling, good pace, not the craziest crossing. I suppose he can whip in a ball if he needs to, but he's a bit better suited to an inside forward. Well, at least in my opinion. I mean, I'll show you. An attacking inside forward, he just kind of has the stats that kind of suit him in that element. So that's where we'll be playing him. So those are the changes. Let's change the captain right here, right now. This might completely backfire, so hopefully not, but we'll see how we get on here. So, Peltari, Alex Evans, you're going to become vice. This is going to backfire terribly. This could backfire terribly, but we will see how we get on anyway. So Peltari is going to be becoming captain, and then I'm going to add Alex Evans as vice, which I think Evans will take this okay because I am one of his favourite personnel. And so he should be okay to take this. How do I add another captain? Why can I not make you vice? Why? Unless you said I'm not interested in becoming vice because you removed me as captain, which players do that sometimes. It's like, get on with your job. Get on with your job. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it, guys. Well, I've removed Evans anyway. That could backfire horribly. Timo Peltari, though, I feel as if he's a better role for the long-term future. Alex Evans, 24 now. He's kind of reaching his, I guess, peak, so to say, in terms of I don't think he's going to be improving too much more. And his stats, they're going to struggle to be good enough in the championship. So I'd rather have Peltari as captain now, just because I feel as if he's going to be a kind of guy who's going to be here for a good few years and really grow as the club grows. But anyway, we go into today's game against Tranmere Rovers. We are at home. They are the favourite. But I want to get a win here. A few players want a rest, including Olivian. However, I really haven't got the strength in depth in terms of, I guess, another left-back to be able... What's the word? To be able to replace him adequately with a better player. So Alex Evans is unhappy. I knew this was going to come, so we'll speak to him. I'm very disappointed. I've been stripped to the captaincy. Assertive. I think you did a good job. I think it was time for change. I respect your decision, and I'll let Timo and give Timo my full support. Well, I think that went better than I expected. I know sometimes it can backfire changing your captain, especially when a player just comes into the club. However, I think that's one thing we've been lacking over the last few seasons, is a real kind of commanding player in the centre. I mean, what is Evans' influence, determination and work rate? I mean, determination 10, influence 10, work rate 10. In fact, no. Yeah, his influence is 11, not 10. Why did I say 10? I don't even know. And then you look at Peltari, who has 13 determination, 13 influence and 15 work rate. It's a no-brainer, really. This guy just has better mentals, and I think he's going to be a good long-term captain. So anyway, 3 debuts to give to Peltola in goal, Timo Peltari in the centre of the park, and Paul Thum playing as that big target man who I've already discussed. So it'll be interesting to see how it works. Obviously, this is a new tactic. Players aren't used to it. I've not had a chance to experiment with it, and it may well need tweaking. It's one of these things where it's not going to get set up properly overnight. We are at home, so I expect the guys to go out and control this game. I'm going to give a passionate... No, I'm going to give a calm, enjoy the match, but then I'm going to tell the defence that I expect a performance. Okay, that didn't work. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell Peltari, passionate. I have faith, going out there and make a difference. Midfield, there's a lot to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes. And then for the strikers, passionate. Same again. Okay, well that went okay. Defensively, maybe a little bit could have gone better, but it's going to be interesting to see how we shape up with this regular 4-4-2. I say regular, it's not exactly a conventional 4-4-2, but it's a lot more of a kind of conventional formation compared to some of the stuff, and a lot of the stuff I've done in the past with this squad. It looks like we're starting the brighter of the two teams in terms of possessions, but it's important for us to start creating chances. And defending well, and we need to defend this well. Wow, they've scored immediately. That is, well, I say immediately, 20 minutes in, hit on the counter-attack. That's a little bit annoying. I'm going to switch to control and balanced and keep ball, just because we are having a bit more of the ball, and we were susceptible to the counter-attack. Wow, that was cleared off the line by them there, so at least we're getting a little bit more forward. The reason I've switched to keep the ball and control is because I don't want to get hit on the counter, but with balanced, I mean, players can throw themselves up a little bit more and kind of just play that little bit more kind of loosely, I guess. But anyway, 39 minutes in, still 1-0 to them. One more chance before half-time, it would seem. Is it going to be our way or their way? Going to be their way. Can the keeper make a save? Wow. Was that a clearance? That was a good clearance, but we now need to defend this corner well. Ball comes in, headed away by Reed. Can we get rid of the second ball? We can't, but Barney... Wow, okay. I thought we were going to hit the break there, but never mind. Let's just say the performance hasn't looked good enough. I expect a better showing. Defensively, I'm disappointed. Let's fire them up. Midfield, passionate. There's a lot to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes. Same for the strikers. I believe you've got what it takes. Let's see. LeConte with a very poor performance. No one really having any standout game of their lives kind of stuff, which is a little disappointing. But you know, one of those things. Hopefully the players can book their ideas up this half and give a lot better performance. Good performance by Peltan so far. You know, these three lads, they're new to the team. It's going to take a while for them to get gelling, but hopefully they can do it sooner rather than later. Home tie against Tranmere. It'd be nice to get a point. As you can see, they're having a lot more chances now, but I feel as if a point is what we can kind of be aiming for from these games. Whether or not we can get it, of course, is another matter. And we are experimenting still. We have to remember this formation. This is the first game with this formation. And there's probably going to be stuff that I want to change and that I do indeed change. But good ball out there and now a thumb. And Barney, never mind. Highlights over. Shut your mouth, Jack. You don't know what you're on about. We have 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left to get something here. Hopefully we can just grab a goal. You know, smash and grab late on would be nice. Conceding 2 would be a lot less than ideal, and I wouldn't expect that from us. These are the kind of games where we do need to defend solidly, because we can't go out and score 3 or 4 goals every game. There's going to be games where we have to defend well and we have to not concede and then just grab the odd goal, and this could potentially be one of those games. But anyway, 2 minutes left. They're on the attack here. We need to defend this well. Tawowski with the clearance. Only as far as Taylor. Come on, get men behind the ball. You can kind of see how we're set up with the two kind of attacking wingers. There's quite a lot of space down the flanks, and you can see the right back and left back getting outnumbered. So that is something I'm going to have to work on. And, oh, what was that given for? I think the assistant's given a foul on the keeper. A minute left for us to grab something really late on here. Could we do it? Could we really? Carson through ball. No one there. Goal kick to Tranmere. The keeper's going to time waste this for 40 seconds. That's going to be the game. Disappointing stuff. Would have been nice to grab a point, as I've already said. Looking at performances, no real crazy performances by anyone on the pitch. I'm just going to tell the guys I'm not happy with the result. It'll be interesting to see how this month goes. There is going to be a lot of tinkering with tactics. However, the recent run of good form has seen us, you know, have a little bit of kind of, I guess, breathing space on the bit below. But we are in danger of being sucked into this relegation battle. And there is a bit of a gap appearing above us. So it's important that we start winning and get to our winning ways. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode as always. This was episode 41 of the Road to Glory. If you could leave the video a cheeky like, maybe we can get 25 likes. That's not loads. I know you guys can do that. You guys are legends. It's more than possible. And other than that, guys, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.